Good evening. The hour of 6:30 p.m. having arrived, I will call to order this regular meeting of the Zoning Board of Adjustment. This meeting is being broadcast live on the City of Keene YouTube channel and channel 1302. The video is also posted on the city website by the end of the next business day, barring any technical difficulties. Anyone wishing to view a copy of the agenda and supporting materials will find it on the city website. To receive electronic copies of future agenda packets, please go to the homepage and subscribe to the city meetings email list. The public and other board members will be recognized to ask questions and make comments on the agenda item under discussion. After being recognized, all remarks will be made through the chair. Anyone who wishes to address the board is asked to go to one of the microphones in the room and identify themselves by name and address prior to speaking. As a reminder, the minute taker is participating remotely this evening. Board members, please make sure to turn on your microphone when speaking. If the minute taker is unable to hear, they will ask that you speak louder or turn your microphone on. Our first item is a roll call.
Richard Clow.
Here.
Edward Guyot.
Here.
Tad Schrantz.
Here.
Zach Leroy.
Here.
Adam Burke. That's everyone.
All right. So our first order of business is to vote for a chair and a vice chair. So do I have any nominations for chair?
I nominate Richard Clow.
All right. That was made by Tad Schrantz. And do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Ed Guyot. All those in favor signify with an aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? It was unanimous. Thank you. And for vice chair, I would like to nominate Ed Guyot. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
And that was second was from Zach. And a vote from everyone, aye or raising the hand or both.
Aye. Aye.
And that was unanimous also. Minutes of the previous meeting. So I understand that we might have some slight adjustments to it.
Yes, Mr. Chair. In reading the minutes, we've got one item that I picked up on, a minor detail, but under hearings, item 4A, it refers to Tim Sampson as representing the petitioner, Michael Pappas. Timothy Sampson was not in, didn't attend, and he was actually represented by, remind me here, Eli.
Oh, Eli Liano.
Yeah, Tad, I apologize. Are you
Eli
referring
Leno.
to the legal language?
I am, just in the first paragraph there. It
Yeah,
talks
so
about
that
Tim.
is that's copied and pasted right from the original public notice. So that will remain the same.
All right.
But
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only place I picked that up, so if that's fine, then no other comments.
Did anyone else pick anything up? All right. So do I have a motion to approve the minutes as submitted?
I'll make a motion.
That was a motion by Tad and seconded by Ed. All those in favor of the minutes being accepted, and that was unanimous. Thank you. Do we have any unfinished business?
no, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Our first hearing of the night is ZBA 2026-01, petitioner Samuel and Cassie Brown of 56 Birch Street, requesting a variance for property located at 56 Birch Street, tax map number 538-047-000-000, and is in a low-density district. The petitioner is requesting a variance to permit a garage addition that will encroach approximately 2.5 feet into the 10-foot setback per Article 3.3.2 of the zoning regulations. Could I hear from staff, please?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The applicant for this variance application has requested a continuance to the February 2nd Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting in order to provide more information pertinent to the request.
All right. Do I have any discussion about that ask by the applicant? All right, then do I have a motion to continue it to the February meeting?
I'll motion that.
That motion to continue was from Tad Schrantz, and it was seconded by Ed Guyot. All right. Do I need to reread that, or?
Just that the continuation will be to the February 2nd, the regularly scheduled February 2nd Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting at 6:30 PM in City Hall in Council Chambers on the second floor.
All right, that sounds good. So all those in favor of continuance, raise. And that was unanimous. Thank you very much. All right, moving on to, we have no other applications. New business, do we have any new business? We have staff updates, rules of procedure adoption.
Yeah, so we brought these proposed changes up in November. We didn't have a meeting in December. So we are now ready to adopt the proposed changes. Just to quickly remind you, there were some minor grammatical tweaks here or there, nothing really substantive except for changing the submittal deadline for application to provide more review time for staff. And then there were also some slight changes related to procedures and being changed from shalls to may, just to give you all the flexibility to do these things if you so choose and you find them relevant as opposed to being obligated to doing them.
Excellent. We did have discussion then. Is there any discussion tonight pertinent to this? Did anybody notice anything that? All right. Then do I have a motion to adopt the new rules of procedure? All right. Ed Guyon has made the motion to adopt the rules of procedure. And do I have a second? The second is Zach. All right. So all of those in favor of adopting the procedures, the new rules of procedure. And that is unanimous, all in favor, and none opposed. So we now have those adjusted rules of procedure to move and use. All right, do we have any communications or miscellaneous items?
Mr. Chairman, I have a question for Evan. We got an email once, a couple months ago, about a potential change at the state level to the zoning regulations pertinent to the one we always wrestle with. I think it's the fifth element of our process. Is there any updates on that?
So the 2026 legislative session might have kicked off today. So we got a lot of, just about all of the LSR language very early this year. Normally, we don't really start to see what bills look like until now-ish. Mm-hmm. And we got a lot of language like a month or so, 2 months in some cases, early. And one of the proposed bills, and I can't remember the number off the top of my head, it was a very clean proposal to strike the hardship requirement from variance applications. So there's been no update on that thus far. I've got professional concerns related to it. As you all know, the other four criteria almost compound upon themselves. So if you find one to be true, you're very likely to find at least two other ones to be true. And there's a lot of sort of case law supporting the 5 test criteria for variance, and the hardship test. What is truly unique about your property that's making it very challenging to use in the highest and best way, right? So eliminating that test really is problematic, in my opinion, almost to the point where it's like, why even have a zoning ordinance? You're basically saying that you can really just do whatever you want as long as you're not aggressively risking public health, safety, and welfare, which is already a very low bar to prove that you're not doing that. I will keep you all updated. There's a lot of legislative changes relating to land use and housing and things like that this year. My own tracker, I've got about 100 bills I'm following, so it's certainly interesting. Some holdovers from last year, some new ideas for this year. So I'd encourage you to follow along. NHMA does a bulletin every year. I'd recommend signing up for if you're not already getting those newsletters. They track a lot of all municipal related things. So they'll do like financial, tax stuff, human resources stuff. I just kind of stick to the land use and housing things for my own edification. But yeah, there's a lot going on. Last year we saw a lot of stuff passed under the sort of the guise of housing policy, of promoting new housing development. And in some cases, that's not the result of these changes. So there's a fair amount of pulling back and undoing some things that were adopted last year. It's interesting. Some of the proposals are really interesting. There are some nuggets in there that I think are good. But there's one bill that I'm opposed to. It's kind of an omnibus sort of. It's saying that you can't limit the length of dead-end roads. You can't limit the amount of house lots on dead-end roads. And then in that same bill, they're also saying that you can put infrastructure on like open space lots. So in Keene, we've got the conservation residential development subdivision scheme. It's a cluster subdivision. You take a 10-acre parcel, say normally you could put 20 houses on that 10-acre parcel if you developed the entire thing, but you had to do like 2-acre lots. With the CRD, you could still get those 20 houses, but you would put 50% of that 10-acre lot into permanent conservation as an open space lot. And then you would get smaller lots than what would normally be allowed by zoning to make up for that. So you still get the same amount of density, but there's less impact to the natural environment, basically. This bill is saying that you could do that, but then you could put like septic systems in the open space lot, or stormwater management facilities in the open space lot, telecom, other shared infrastructure necessities required for the development, which defeats the entire purpose of putting this land into permanent conservation if you're then going to dig half of it up to put septic systems in. So it's stuff like that where like on one hand you're like, oh, it's going to make housing development more affordable. And you're like, but is it really? Like no dead end limit for dead end roads. Dead end roads are just bad planning. It's from a transportation perspective, it's not great. From an emergency management perspective, it's not great. Only having a single mode of ingress and egress out of a neighborhood is not good. And then if they're way down the road, it's incredibly isolated, which in some parts of the state, sure, but in other parts, it's just not appropriate. And it's a form of development that I think we shouldn't be encouraging. We should be encouraging connectivity. We should be building resilient neighborhoods that can survive flooding without having their only road in and out getting washed out, right? And then now you've got all these people stuck on either side of the washout. So I encourage you to look. NHMA is a really low barrier to kind of see what's going on. If you have specific questions related to bills that catch your eye, feel free to reach out to me. I'm following them, just about all of the ones that are related to land use. So.
Thank you, Evan.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right, then I will deem that this meeting is adjourned, and we will meet again in February. Thank you, gentlemen.